Episode 175. Our business here in the lower part of Eorzea is done, and there doesn't seem to be anything left to do in the Waking Sands. No more little Ladies' Day event quests, anyway. Time to head back to Ishgard. Are we going to come back to the Waking Sands in the future? Who knows? I know. It doesn't matter. Looks like Alphinaud is getting a call on his link pearl. How timely. Tataru. Yes, General Raban is now in safe hands. What? Another assault? Very well, we shall return at once. Ray notified the Count of our coming. It would seem we face another crisis. The Dravanians are preparing to resume their siege of the Holy See. Though I am loath to abandon the Sultana to her fate, we lack the necessary evidence to act upon Dulala's claims. And Komori couldn't find any just wandering around the streets of Ul'dah, so probably best we put a pin in that and save it for later. That being the case, I propose we leave Marshal Darupin and the others to investigate, and return with all haste to Ishgard. Well, good luck. If Komori couldn't find anything, there's no chance any of them could. No, not really. Back to Ishgard. And thus ends the little detour to Eorzea, or I call it Eorzea. Ishgard is still Eorzea, but the Realm Reborn part of Eorzea. Again, there aren't really any other huge detours like that I can think of in later expansions. They're mostly just the new area. There are of course reasons to go back to the old areas. I'm thinking mainly of like job quests and things like that, but as for where the main story brings you back to some parts of the old areas, I don't think they tend to be as involved as that, like an entire solo duty in a previous area, an optional dungeon at that. Let us hear what the Count has to say. Ah, there you are. Sorry for cutting your reunion with General Raban short. I wouldn't have bothered you, but the city's awash with rumors of another Dravanian attack, and Lord Horsefont was desperate to get hold of you. Speaking of whom, he and the others are waiting for you inside, so you'd better head in. We can talk later. Everyone's waiting for you inside. Okay. My friend, I thank you for answering our call with such alacrity. As I'm sure you are now aware, the Dravanians are once more gathering for war. Mistress Moriko, Master Levieux, I must apologize for this abrupt summons, but we thought it best to have Mistress Tataru contact you by the most direct means available. When the Observatorium's bells toll, 'tis a warning that cannot be ignored. The Holy See has ordered that we make ready for battle. In case you haven't heard, a band of trappers returning from the west claim they saw a cloud of dragons, big enough to dim the midday sky. Nidhogg's minions gather once more for war. But I would not have you take up arms in another of our conflicts. When first you came to Ishgard, I offered you my protection. If I cannot ensure your safety here, I cannot well accept your aid, much less ask for it. That's a good point. We did kind of get arrested almost immediately, even though he was like kind of offering us his protection. Kind of didn't uphold his end of the bargain, sort of. It's probably fine, right? Scions of the Seventh Dawn, you are faced with a choice. To remain in a besieged Ishgard or seek sanctuary elsewhere. I would not presume to influence your decision, but I must ask you make it swiftly, lest our enemies force your hand. I guess Alphinaud's made up his mind, judging by the checkmark above his head. Let's see what everyone else has to say. How many dragons would it take to darken the midday sky, do you think? 1,000? More? Too many at any rate. I confess I know not where else you might seek sanctuary, but few places are like to be more perilous than a city under siege. Or at least they're not trying to arrest us, those dragons, right? The observatorium bells have tolled. Either flee this place or make ready for war. The coming of the Horde spells ruin for Ishgard, but her knights shall fall to the last to shield her citizens from harm. What do you think, Tataru? What will become of this place? And us? I mean, we were only here for like... what? The level 50 quests? I think we're just starting on the level 51 quests. Be kind of too soon to leave, wouldn't you think? I'm pretty sure that's what Alphinaud is thinking. Though we flee to the ends of the world, it would seem that no place in this troubled age is free of strife. Once more the Horde descends upon Ishgard, and once more her weary defenders must take up spear and bow, and gun if you're a machinist. The Count would have us seek shelter from this storm, but I, for one, grow tired of running. If we are to shine the light of dawn, we must do so in the sight of our fellow man, not hunkered in a hole. What say you, Komori? Pretty fun dialogue choices this time. I think they start adding in more of this kind of stuff the later you go on. Not necessarily just agreeing to fight all the time, but maybe giving some character even though you're going to agree to fight anyway. I'm interested to see what Alphinaud has to say if we say we can't stay here. I think Komori just says a solid humph. That is your answer? Why the 12? How could you... Oh, wait. Mayhap remaining in the city would not best serve our friends and allies. Mayhap there's another choice. Oh, okay, he's putting a spin on our words. I think if we answered, we cannot stay here, he would say something to this same effect. And then he would lead into the next thing he's saying, which is... The choice we make this day may have grave implications for our order. It is only right that Tataru should have a say. Come, let us all meet outside and discuss the path that lies before us. Is this the best place to talk? Wasn't there like another room we could do this in, instead of the cold night? Whatever. How do you get that one? She says the same thing, and Alphinaud says...
Ishgard cannot well endure another assault. Even should her knights succeed in turning back the Horde, the casualties will be catastrophic.
But what other choice do we have? It's not like we can talk it over with them. Dragons and men aren't exactly on speaking terms.
With certain notable exceptions.
Like someone who's maybe built different? Alphinaud?
You don't mean Iceheart?
Okay. Wasn't talking about Komori. Thought he was alluding to the fact that the Echo allows us to speak with other creatures or something. At least I think that was the case. Or is that only some people with the Echo, like Iceheart? In any case.
When last you spoke with her, she lamented her crimes, did she not? Then there remains a sliver of hope. If we can persuade Iceheart to act as our intermediary, we may yet be able to convince Nidhogg to abandon his bloody course.
If there is to be a meeting, I would accompany you.
Now who could that be?
Estinian.
Even with your intermediary, Nidhogg's blood rage may render him deaf to reason. However, the mere attempt may afford our forces precious time to prepare.
Alright, very helpful. But why are you here, in the middle of the night?
Of course, you might also consider a more direct approach to ending this conflict. With the power of the Eye at my disposal, and the vaunted strength of the Warrior of Light, we could conceivably slay the beast outright.
If we are to risk a face-to-face meeting with the Dread Worm, I for one would feel safer in the company of the Azure Dragoon. However, I should only turn to your lance if my words failed to find their mark. Is that clear?
Perfectly. I shall assume that Iceheart enjoys similar diplomatic protection until instructed otherwise.
Yeah, she's on parole, by us.
A word of advice. Think carefully before divulging the particulars of this plan to Sir Emmerich. 'Twould not do to have the Lord Commander accused of consorting with heretics.
It's gonna be a sting operation. Okay.
Indeed. I thank you for your counsel, Estinian. We shall be honored to have you with us.
But seriously, why were you here? Just randomly?
I am glad to be of service.
Guess he just kind of hangs out outside the Four Toms Manor sometimes. Okay. We have chosen a difficult road, yet even should we succeed in winning Iceheart to our cause, our plans for parley will swiftly come to naught, should the Holy See decide to strike first against the Horde. We must petition the Lord Commander's aid ere we set forth. I only hope that Sir Emmerich will be willing to muzzle Ishgard's forces on the strength of our vague assurances. Tataru, I would ask that you remain at Four Toms Manor and inform the Count of our decision. Tell him that the Scions of the Seventh Dawn mean to do all in their power to ensure that Ishgard and her people survive. Yes, sir. Where does Estinian live? I don't think he has a house here in Ishgard. Pretty sure he doesn't. From what I know of the guy, just based on, like, my general knowledge of the game and the characters, I think he's just kind of like a vagabond wandering around or something. Sort of. Show me... Here we go. Over there. The congregation of... Yeah, right. Obviously. It says it right there in the top right. Thought I was going to walk there, but... Well, I guess I could. I'll just take a little shortcut. I could just take the Aethernet. But then I'd never get to take these stairs, which aren't too far away. Not very RP to jump over that balcony. I thought Emmerich's place was like on that upper area there, but I guess he's behind this door or something. You would speak with the Lord Commander. Pray make it quick.
I want the defenses of the Outer Ward rechecked. See to it that the ballistas are in good repair and supplied with enough ammunition for a prolonged siege.
At once, my lord.
Ah, 'twould seem I have visitors, and unlike those messing beyond our walls, these ones are welcome.
Pray forgive us for interrupting you in the midst of your preparations, Sir Emmerich, but our suit concerns the impending assault. To speak plain, we believe there is a chance the invasion might be halted before it even begins. I can divulge little more at this time, but I must nevertheless request that you advise the Holy See to refrain from launching any preemptive sorties whilst we seek to put our plans in motion.
I will gladly lend my support to any endeavor that could spare the blood of my countrymen, but I would know more of the cause you would have me champion. Will you not share aught of this mysterious undertaking?
We won't. Plausible deniability and all that.
Know that I have offered my lance to aid in this endeavor. I cannot claim that its success is assured, but our actions should serve to delay Nidhogg's advance at the very least. Which is more than can be said for the ill-conceived counterattack advocated by the sea's more vocal crusaders. They offer glorious death, but little hope of victory.
Aye, their proposal does not inspire confidence. Our resources should rightly be spent shoring up the city's defenses. The Azure Dragoon and the Warrior of Light sallying forth together to face the dread worm Nidhogg. I must admit the mere thought of it does much to dispel my misgivings. Go then, carry out your plan. I shall do what I can for you within the Holy See.
Oh, that went well. I will say this for your plan. It has made keeping secrets from the Holy See seem almost entertaining. Having secured Sir Americ's support, we may proceed without fear of a preemptive Ishgardian attack, which is not to say we can afford to dither. History tells us that the Dravanians will attack as soon as their horde reaches a critical size. Before that happens, we must needs track down and win over the Lady Iceheart, and then locate and parley with Nidhogg. In short, time is against us. If you are ready, Estinian, let us be about our task. Meanwhile? We actually get a meanwhile. Okay.
Such commotion.
Yes, Your Eminence. The bells of the Observatorium warn of our enemy's approach.
So, the dragons are coming. Let them come, in their hundreds and their thousands. With the divine blade in our hands, we shall rend their flesh and drown the heretics in their master's blood. Even Nidhogg and his foul brood shall be powerless to resist us. And when we have rid the world of their pestilence, we shall turn our attention to our Ascian allies. See that they are suitably rewarded for their invaluable assistance.
If I may, Your Eminence, the Paragons wield powers strange and unknowable. Can we be certain that they will not see through our deception?
We can be certain of naught save the righteousness of our cause. If you would be a true leader of men, you must possess conviction as well as caution. We seek to excise the root of an evil that has blighted us for 1,000 years. The risk is worth the reward.
And what of Estinian and this Warrior of Light? They have plans of their own.
Who told you? Were we wearing a wire or something?
Leave them to their purpose. We must each play the role we have been given. You and your chosen brothers most of all.
For the glory of King Thordan.
Alright, ominous. Oh. Why here? Why just in level 51 of, well, okay, I'm not complaining. I guess we get the wind-up Alfie note for whatever reason. Before we set forth, we must needs inform Tataru of our plans. Are you sure about that? Maybe she's the one leaking everything. Although if we're going to tell her, then she wouldn't have already known to tell those other guys. Whatever, we can just assume they've got eyes and ears everywhere. Maybe Ava Luna is reporting to Sir Zephyrin or something. And I shall await you at St. René's Forum. Tell your friend we may be some time. The road you have chosen is neither short nor easy. Of that I need no reminding. Come, Komoy, let us head back to Forton's Manor. This time I will teleport back. New quest popped up, I guess since we advanced to level 51 or something, or just advanced the story rather. We won't leave you on hard times forever. If we ever come back to Ishgard with time to kill, keep you in mind. I'm pretty sure I have left that hero on hard times in perpetual hard times on my main character though. And this guy just popped up randomly too. Pretty sure I also just left this guy hanging on my main character. Maybe? Our course is set, Tataru. It may be some time before Komoy and I return to Ishgard. I guess we're taking a leave from being the private police for the Forton's Manor. Now we're parole officer for Lady Iceheart, even though we haven't arrested her yet. It's a preemptive parole officer sort of situation. It makes sense, trust us. Well, just you be careful, alright? Oh, and don't worry about me. I'll be busy listening out for news of our lost friends. If anyone can find them, it's you, Tataru. Farewell for now. Oh, before you go, you must put this on, Alfie Node. I made it specially. Oh, that's why. Because he's getting a costume change. You know, I forgot. No, I couldn't possibly... Very well. I forgot this outfit. Looks good. And by the 12, it fits perfectly. And the quality is actually rather good. And it has less holes in it for you to catch your death out in the snow in. I'm glad you like it. I've been practicing my needlework while I listen to rumors and the like. A good receptionist is always learning new skills. My thanks, Tataru. Whatever else awaits me upon the road, I shall not fear the cold. It was the least I could do. Now I must be getting back to the tavern, or I'll never catch up with all the gossip. Best of luck on your journey. Our colors kind of match now, Alfie Node. A bit more. A darker shade of blue, I think. No one else here, no one important anyway. And the sun is rising on a brand new adventure, outside the walls of Ishgard and beyond. Where's this guy? Right there. Should I be worrying about doing job quests? Do I want to do them all at once at like when I reach level 60, or maybe I should do these when I reach the same level in the story quest that's equivalent to the job quest level? So like we're already on level 51, so I could start on level 50 here. No, it's fine. We'll just wait until a convenient time. It's not like I need all of the job actions to do my job. Not really. A lot of these are probably related to job quests or something. It's fine. We'll survive. He looks ready for an adventure. Much more... well, I'd say mature, I guess. The other outfit, I don't know. I guess in my mind I just associate it with his younger look or something. This new attire will serve me well in the bitter cold of Corthis. I shall have to thank the tower properly upon our return. You have said your farewells, then? Aye, we are ready to depart. I suggest we begin our search for Lady Iceheart without delay. Very well, but she will prove an elusive quarry. Where do you intend to start looking? In the absence of any fresh intelligence on Ysaele's movements, I propose we pick up the trail where she was encountered last, the Corthis Western Highlands. Let us speak with Sir Redwald, was it? As the commander of Falcon's Nest, it is like that he will know if any heretic activity has been reported in the area. We can ride in on Chocobo, why not? Could just teleport right there, but the Chocobo keep is right here. It's a beautiful day in Corthis Western Highlands. Actually, almost literally for once. There's no horrible snowstorm obscuring your view of the entire area. I'm so glad we get to fly in and admire the vista. It is still mostly just snow and ice walls, though. Speaking of, I guess I haven't actually... Right, I didn't actually use this whistle that we got from Horsefront yet. Maybe we do that now and ride around on the Black Chocobo for a bit. I'm sure Shortstack won't get jealous. The Black Chocobo mount. No, that's minions. And the quote is... Right. The exact quote that we got from Horsefront when we got the mount. Going to add this to the hotbar. Right there. Just temporarily. And Shortstack can stay out as our erstwhile companion for battles or whatever. Oh yeah, we're gonna have to look out for these now, aren't we? 233 yalms to the northwest, somewhere in this area. We will be making detours for that. Well, well, Mistress Moriko, what business brings you back to Falcon's Nest? Judging by the company you keep, it can be no trifling matter. The Azure Dragoon I know, of course, but I do not believe I have met this young gentleman. Alfino Levier at your service, and you are not mistaken as to the gravity of our mission, Sir Redwald. As I am sure you are aware, the Observatorium has warned that the Dravanians gather for another assault. We believe there may yet be a way to avert the coming conflict, but only if we can find the elusive Lady Iceheart. Thus have we come to Falcon's Nest, in the hope of acquiring the latest intelligence on the heretics' movements. I see. Then you would be best served by speaking directly to my men. A patrol is due to return from its sweep of the surrounding lands at any moment. You may also wish to question the knights assigned to pick over the remains of the heretic refuge at Gorganye Mills. It is possible that they have unearthed information that could be of use to you. Mistress Moriko knows well the place I speak of, for it was she who first discovered it, completely intentionally and not just wandering around in the snow lost. Let us divide our forces, son. I will stay and await the return of the patrol, while the two of you visit this refuge. When I have completed my inquiries, I will join you there. A wise use of our time. Come, Gomoy. I am eager to learn what Sir Redwald's men have found in the heretic's lair. Heretics and Dravanians are bad enough, but this blasted weather is something else. All for once, it's not actually that bad. Don't have any other teleportation points, which are supposed to go to Gorgonye Mills or whatever. Gotta find this thing first, though. Is there like a faster way we can... I'm pretty sure it's up on this cliff, but gonna have to go around, I think. Oh, and we've got... Yeah, I guess I should, huh? Oh, it's just right there, actually. Not only are those Aether Currents the ways to get flying, you also have to do these quests. Any blue quest will help you unlock an Aether Current. Usually. Do you have a moment to talk? A short while ago, one of the workers from House Dismail asked me to go and deal with some Mylodons that have been causing trouble. The Black Iron Bridge barely survived the calamity. It's in desperate need of repairs, but the upland Mylodons roam far too close to it. The craftsmen can't work safely. Someone needs to kill them. The Mylodons, that is, not the craftsmen. Okay, you gotta be very specific with Komori. She might have actually gone and done it. I'd ask the Dragoons to do it, but they're so busy it'd be weeks before they found the time. I'd do it myself, but there are so many of the beasts that I fear I'd be swarmed and outnumbered. You're a capable woman. Would you be so kind as to thin them out somewhat? If you were to kill, say, 3 of them, I think I'd be able to finish off the rest myself. Fine, we'll do it. Where is this quest? It's on the way, thank goodness. Komori might have even accepted your request and then completely ignored it if it wasn't on the way. But you're lucky. And the next one is... Yes, I know. I guess they put that one there, like, in your path as a tutorial. Wow, that's pretty far away, actually. 947 to the northwest, huh? Kind of out of the way. Probably in this region, maybe? Maybe even this far afield? Yeah, it's pretty far. Guess we'll do this whole thing first. No use going too far afield, I think. The quest is going to take us further west anyway, so I'm sure we'll be in the area for that later. I do want to knock out this part and this part of the map though. Although I think this part is like on the ledge, so... maybe we'll worry about this part when we unlock flying. In fact, maybe you can only go here with flying? I don't remember. There might be a way up over there. Looks like there's like a little wall here or something though. The Mylodons. Oh, and we also have to turn in the quest, don't we? After we kill them. That is out of the way. We'll finish the main quest and just report back to her whenever we're back in the area. It could be that she becomes a quest chain though, so it could be a problem. You there. You're a problem. Any more over here? Yeah, one over there. They don't have to be in the red circle. They're kind of marked on the minimap as a plus icon. Oh no, we took him too far. Damn. I did that wrong. Great, and now he's doing that too. What a shame. Completely messed up my rotation just trying to be efficient. In the end I killed none. 2 birds with no stones or something. And there are a bunch of Mylodons over there. I'm not sure those ones from the event even count, though. They might have. They might have counted. I don't want to do the fate. I want to go to the main quest. Just to be sure. Oh, there is actually one further to the north. This is the game you play with any new expansion. Do you go all the way out of the way for these aether currents, or do you just wait until the main quest takes you in the right direction? It's always a gamble. I think there are a lot of people that just prefer to get all the aether currents they can, as soon as they can. But I feel like that messes with the flow of, well, going to a new area as directed by the main quest. Should be able to see it from here. Behind these rocks. Oh, right there. And the next one is very far to the southwest. Probably that's the same one we saw before. Forgot to unlock this part, but again, pretty sure our quest is going to take us further west, so we'll just have to remember to go there. Before we move on, though, maybe we can just clear out this fog of war quickly. If we don't have to jump off the cliff. It'd be really nice. Maybe we can just kind of peek over the edge a little bit. Little bit? Almost? Come on. Okay, fine. How about over there? This cliff. Yeah, this cliff peeks over. Surely. There we go. Did a little bit of cheating, but we got that corner of the map. And there's that big boat. From like the intro cutscene to the area. Is that like a Guardian thing or an Ishgard thing? I guess it was here before the entire region froze over. With the calamity and everything. Is that Ishgardian style? Like big boats like that? I don't know. I'm going to have to assume it is. Doesn't look Guardian, or at least I don't think it does. Right. The main quest. Our hats kind of match, the Chocobo and Komoys. Kind of fun. Just a simple farmhouse. It makes one wonder what other innocent facades the heretics have chosen to hide behind. Mistress Moriko, our findings, you say? Well, there is something of a tale there. No sooner had we chanced upon a promising-looking sheaf of letters than we were ambushed from the shadows by great white beasts. It would seem the heretics foresaw our coming, and left behind their pets to discourage further investigation. Several of our number were badly wounded. And you cannot carry out your duties until the creatures are slain. We have not the time to wait for reinforcements. Let us deal with these pets ourselves, Komori. No, just in the basement, huh? Wow, you work fast, Alphinode. Oh dear. The creature took me by surprise. Forgive me. Until my hand stops shaking, I fear I shall prove more of a hindrance than a help. Pray, go on, ahead. And when you are certain that the rest of these things have been slain, notify the expedition leader that it is safe to return. Got jump scared, did you? That's fine. It's a scary-looking farmhouse or something, and that's a scary-looking creature. You claim the honor of first blood or whatever, so just leave the rest to Komori. How'd they get these things down here? I mean, I guess it could squeeze through. Maybe? Go for the small one first, I guess. Oh, that was quick. I heard a frightful growling from below. You encountered more of the beasts, I take it? Oh, there you are, Stinian. My inquiries availed me not. The patrol leader had little to say beyond which of his extremities the frost had bitten the hardest. Don't go any further than that, I can guess. The beasts are slain, then. My thanks, Mistress Moiko. We may return to our duty without fear of a mauling. And we got the Alfie node. And the quote is something from Wedge. Don't remember when he said this. So why did they make this? They usually have some lore about that. The Crystal Brave's treasurer took it upon himself to have 70,000 crafted and delivered to Rowena's House of Splendors for sale, where they have been collecting dust since. Oh, not very popular, are you, Alfie Node? Don't worry, we'll keep yours around, even if it's just kind of in our backpack amongst all of these other ones we never use. Crystal Braves, huh? You wish to track down Lady Iceheart, is this not so? The records we discovered ere those beasts mauled my comrades appeared to be some manner of correspondence. We had not the luxury of perusing their contents more closely, intent as we were on surviving an onslaught of fang and claw, but I'd wager those epistles contain more than friendly salutations betwixt lonely heretics. My interrogation of the patrol proved fruitless. Either we divine some clue from these letters, or we wander the snowfields and pray that the gods lead us right to Iceheart's door. 'Tis hardly a choice at all. Just kind of strewn about the place, huh? Didn't really get a good look at this place, but just a rather sizable basement, isn't it? With like a jail cell or something? What is this? What's this for? Why would a farmhouse have a jail cell? Obviously the heretics use it, but I don't think this was constructed for heretics. I think they just commandeered this farmhouse or something. Maybe it's not a jail cell. I have found some few of these letters. Let us gather a respectable stack, and see what secrets the expedition captain can wring from the collected correspondence. Where are these damnable pages? I'd rather battle 2 Avis than continue this confounded search. Maybe if you take off that darkened visor, you'd have an easier time seeing indoors. It's probably like sunglasses under there. Ah, the letters were in a neat pile just here, but would seem the skirmish with the beast has scattered them rather thoroughly. Well, Komoy, you're the lowest to the ground, so you're on pickup duty. Where's this last one? Don't tell me it's upstairs. Couldn't be. Could be. How'd it get over here? Did they train these bears to drag these papers away or something? Have you recovered much of the heretics' correspondence? Splendid. Added to the contributions from Master Levier and Sir Estinian, we now have more than a dozen letters. But Komori found the most, right? Maybe? What have we here then? Every one of these pages is a record of the dealings betwixt the Gorgani Mills heretics and their fellows in the Al-Kafa amphitheater. We've been there. That's where we fought Iceheart. Or Shiva, rather. There are requests for foodstuffs, clothing, and all manner of provisions. Iceheart's followers must yet inhabit the ruins we had thought abandoned. Same dialogue. And you? Ak of Fa is taken from the dragon's tongue. It means roughly eternal circle. 'Tis wonder the heretics thought to return to the place. I'm so glad I didn't skip over that. This is like one of the few times where the flavor was actually meaningful lore or something. I learned something new. The eternal circle. Al-Kafa amphitheater. The Al-Kafa amphitheater, the very place where you witnessed the manifestation of the primal Shiva, was it not? If that is our destination, the journey will be long indeed. The amphitheater lies on the other side of a treacherous tract of ice and snow that cannot swiftly be crossed. Then we must place our faith in the Aethernet. As you may recall, our dear friend Moonbrita succeeded in recreating the Al-Kafa beacon after it had been destroyed by Lady Iceheart. At the time, it was assumed that the resultant aetherite would only be temporarily viable, but given that the heretics of Gorgani Mills seem to have been in regular contact with their brethren at the amphitheater, I'll wager it still functions. I suggest we make for the aetherite within Snowcloak, without delay. Correct me if I'm wrong, Estinian, but in the course of mapping the Snowcloak tunnel system, a passage was discovered leading out into the Western Highlands, was it not? Might it be possible for us to reach the aetherite from this side of the wall? It should. Elster posted soldiers at the Western Highland entrance after the tunnels were cleared, but they will not deny us entry. And what are you gonna do? Do you mean to follow the heretic's trail then? I will see that Sir Redwald is informed. You do that. Trista Chamble, what a name. Just call him Tristan for short. Is that rude? We are going way over here. What do we think? Maybe I teleport back and complete this. I do want to clear this out though, so just want to get that annoying hole out of the map. Or filled it in. Whatever. How does this lead to the Sea of Clouds? Oh, weird. Alright, where can we jump off of that won't kill us? By landing next to a monster. Right here. We were over here during that whole quest where we got lost in the snow, but didn't fill it in as part of the map. Obviously because it was an instance, but we can just say that Komori was so lost, she didn't have time to fill in the map. I'd say we're about halfway done with the map. Kind of. You've already killed 3 of them? Thank you ever so much. You're not injured, are you? Here, please take this. It's your cut of the fee for the work. Incidentally, did you happen to see the farm on the far side of the bridge? Those Mylodons have made it difficult to access that area, and the bridge has been left to fall apart. After we repair the bridge, one day we might be able to rebuild that farm. You're referring to that one up here then? There's like a bridge that should go up there, but... Because if you were talking about the Gorgani Mills, then there isn't a destroyed bridge. This one is perfectly functional. Must be talking about this, I think. And I guess her other quest is just some random thing. Sorry, I don't feel like doing it. They pick and choose certain quests which are related to, well, to getting the Aether Currents, but sometimes it's questionable which ones they choose. I think they generally want to go for the most interesting side quests in an area that give you a good idea of, like, the lore of the place or something. I mean, I guess that's what all the side quests are for in the end, just expanding on the people in the place, but usually some of the blue ones lead into quest chains, at least that's what I recall from later expansions. But for her, that was just another quest that she had already. Not really part of a bigger chain, I don't think. If an Aether Current quest leads into a side quest chain, then I will consider doing the entire chain, just to not leave that unfinished. But in a case like that, where it's just two unrelated quests, I don't think I'll do it. Not very RP to jump off here, but we've already gone down that little ramp over there before, so it's fine. Oh, and there's a ramp right here anyway, technically. Is this really where the tunnels lead? How does this connect? If this is geographically correct, which as we learned by flying in from this direction, from Ishgard to Falcon's Nest, this should be the relative correct location for Ishgard to the Western Highlands. And the wall between these two places should be along here, right? Meaning Snowcloak is somewhere in this area or something like that. So yeah, I guess the tunnel could lead out over here. Even further down, huh? Just this frozen area here? It's over here, the Ninth Vare. Well, it's over there on the opposite side, so I'll worry about it later, if at all. And again, not very RP to jump down, but the route we could have taken was down the ramp to the frozen bridge and down the narrow corridor. It's fine. Pretend we did that. Oh shit. Please don't notice me. Could have died pretty badly if that happened. Oh, you're gonna have us do some kind of solo duty, huh? Do we have time for that? I don't feel like going all the way back to kill some time on some side quest. So I guess we're going to be doing this. Yeah. We've begun serving the Warrens from the western entrance, but progress is slow. It would seem not all the rats have left the nest. I guess we're going into a Realm Reborn area, technically, again. But how? Is it through here? This is where the tunnels are, just through these rocks? I guess they have to clear the rocks every time or something? It's the only place that I imagine would be the entrance. Yeah, looks like it. What ails our young lord? The moment we arrived at the wall, his face took on an ashen pallor. Does he fear facing the heretics within their own lair? Do you recall the first time you ventured into these tunnels in search of Lady Iceheart? It seems an age ago, does it not? Back then I still believed myself the commander of the Crystal Braves. Right. He kind of helped mobilize the search for Iceheart with the Crystal Braves at the time. I guess this is kind of a flashback to that. Us wearing blue probably doesn't help that. Ah, the guests of House Thomas, accompanied by the Azure Dragoon, no less. I cannot imagine what brought you out this far, but you are welcome to enter the tunnels if that is your will. Assuming the Akafa beacon still functions, and we must pray to the 12 it does, we shall arrive at our destination in mere moments. Though do not expect to be greeted by the primal Shiva, we should nevertheless be prepared for a frosty reception. The heretics are not like to rejoice at the appearance of uninvited guests, particularly ones with our history. Okay, but before we enter though, how are we going to pretend that we're using the Aetronet here, if we're still pretending that Komori can't use magic, which we are? We've been pretending that we've been using tickets to predetermined locations in Eorzea and whatnot. magical tickets that do the teleporting for us. If we're using some kind of heretic Aethernet thing, maybe we can say some of the heretics aren't very good at teleporting. They don't have enough anima or whatever the thing is. So they have, I don't know, some artifacts to help them teleport, just sitting next to the Aethernet or the crystal or something. Whatever. I'm really reaching here. It's fine. We're just pretending we can't use magic, that's all. An impressive structure. I wonder how many ages it has endured. Mayhap you should ask its occupants. They seem a friendly bunch. Dogs of Ishgard, is it not enough that you banish our beloved saint? Will you not be satisfied until the ice is slick with the last drops of our blood? Stay your weapons. We come under the flag of parley. We wish only to speak with your mistress, that we might broker a peace. Do you think us fools, boy? It will take more than honeyed words to earn our trust. You walk with the Dragon Slayer, and we know all too well what he is capable of. Of slaying dragons, that's what they're talking about. My reputation precedes me. They give us little choice. Come, brothers, may dragon wings bear us to victory. Just here in the amphitheater, huh? Where we fought Lady Iceheart that one time. Alphinaud's trying his hardest, even in the middle of battle. Looks like they got more guys out. They're kind of all over the place, and Estinian is going absolutely crazy. That's what Dragoons do. Get the healer. These guys are tanky. Oh no. They became dragons. Not the cool kind of dragons. I mean, these are kind of cool, I guess. Not as cool, though. That guy's name is Luistio, kind of like Louis Soir. Not really, though. He's important, so I guess we'll get him last. Oh, he's partaking of dragon's blood. And so is Luistio. Well, we'll let him. We'll see how cool his dragon form is, I guess. Oh my god. He's crazy. He's so crazy I messed up my rotation. He does that thing where he casts this infirmity thing on you. I think I've seen that on some other dragons. And it's over. They fight like demons. 'Tis death to remain. Fall back, brothers. Retreat to the cinders. Shouldn't have told us where you were going. I see no sign of Lady Iceheart. Would that we could have questioned one of them. What would you ask that we do not already know? They make for the cinders, and so must we. Even should an ambush await us, 'tis certain there will be more heretics to question. The cinders, you say? I confess, the name is unknown to me. Mayhap you would be so good as to enlighten us, Estinian. I suspect it is the heretic's way of referring to the Dreaming Dragon, an island of sorts found in the midst of the frozen lake of Ashfall. Some 500 years past, 'tis told that the Azure Dragoon of the age fought a dragon of titanic proportions. After a savage struggle, the mighty creature was weakened unto the point of death, and forced into a magic slumber by an entire chapter of the Holy See sorcerers. Ere long a rain of ash and cinders did begin to fall upon the sleeping serpent's motionless form, covering the creature at length in a shroud of grey. Of course, a thick layer of ice has since formed on top of it, but you may be sure I speak true. Kinda morbid. A fascinating tale. We should make haste to this ashen isle. And we'll make our way there with all haste, definitely. But surely we should be licking our wounds after a battle like that, right? Good thing they kept the fire warm for us. Now would be a good time to take a break.